Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaka Charles and it's your first time stopping by, you're welcome. And for all my gang members that have been following me from day one, thank you so much for all you do. I love and appreciate you guys. Alright. Before we get right into this video, don't forget to subscribe, honey, because you know you love my content. So subscribe, okay? Be part of the family. What are you waiting for? Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Today's video is going to be talking about the horrors of 2020. 2020 was wild for all of us, but we survived. Look at us, we're glowing, we're moving forward. So today I'm going to be telling you guys all that I went through in 2020 and how I am coping with everything and growing and learning. Okay, first of all, let me just say thank you to my IT department, aka the husband, because I filmed this video and when I was trying to edit it, I noticed that my microphone had been wild the entire time, so that video was useless and wasted. So I had to do it again. 2020 started off pretty good. I mean, it started off pretty good. I mean, we knew of the coronavirus from like 2019 December, like towards the end of the year, but it wasn't that wild. Like nobody was talking about it that much until say March of 2020, when it was like, okay, oh, lockdown, like it's going crazy up in here, you need to secure yourselves, right? So before the lockdown, myself and Damian, we had taken a trip to Mexico. Everything was fine. Like, you know, I was enjoying myself. I was living my life and everything. But let me tell you that as soon as we got to Mexico, we got to a nice resort. I was like, oh, I want to take a picture. And so I took a picture and ladies and gentlemen, I feel like something's missing in this makeup. I know what it is. Pause. Sorry for the breaking transmission. I mean, if I don't put my waterline, tear duct, what's the makeup? Useless. Anyway, why am I this big? Why am I this big? I was really big. I was really big. And so if you know me, you know that I dwell. When I saw that picture, I was like, okay, this vacation is done deed. Period. I have always been so insecure about my weight right from when I was a child. Just very insecure. Like anytime you see me, I'm trying to lose weight. So when I seen that picture, it just drained me. Like I was drained. I don't. Fast forward to when we were done and I came back to Canada, and let me tell you, the first thing I did once I stepped into my house was step on a scale. And when I stepped on this scale, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, 200 pounds. That's what I weighed. 200 pounds. It wasn't a joke. 200 pounds. That was the heaviest I have ever been in my life. And from that day, it was just downhill. Every other thing I had been dealing with behind the scenes literally came right in front of me. I was dealing with my weight gain and my workplace, because my workplace was so toxic for me. I don't know of anybody else that was working there, but for me, it was so toxic. I was being, well, in my opinion, I was being racially profiled. I was undervalued. And it just, like, you know how when they see a black person or they see like an immigrant with all these certificates and they're like, huh, you know, they start acting like he's not real, or they want to try and question like what you have, even though you're bringing your best to the table. That's what was going on in my former workplace. It was ridiculous. I didn't like it. So now, coupled with the fact that I just found out that I'm 200 pounds and I look like a Loompa Loompa, and my workplace just treating me like trash, I found myself crying every single day. I didn't want to wear makeup. I wasn't wearing makeup to work. That was around the time that I had quit YouTube. I wasn't wearing makeup to work. I wasn't going out. I had no intentions of hanging out with any friend or anyone. I wasn't even trying to do anything. Damian was just fed up. He was so confused because I didn't tell him. He didn't know exactly what was going on, but he knew that I had kind of withdrawn or I was behaving a little bit strange, but he wasn't 100% sure what was going on. I think the only person that I actually talked to was my friend, my best friend, and it was just hard. Like anytime I would cry, I would not call her or my sister and I would just be crying. Like I was just so frustrated with life. At the time my job was messing up, I was trying to get another job and I wasn't getting called back. I was trying to penetrate YouTube and YouTube wasn't working out as well. So I would find myself crying. I'll just sulk in the darkness. My house was a whole mess. I wasn't cleaning, I wasn't cooking. I was in this deep dark place for about 2 to 3 months, and sometimes I'll convince myself like, oh, I'm out of it, and I'm bubbly for like 2 days, and next thing you know I'm back into my shell for another month. And one day I just woke up and I said, the only thing I haven't tried is praying. I'm going to pray. I'm going to specifically pray and say, God, the reason why I'm praying today is not for mercy, protection, grace, or any of that. It's for you to give me a new mindset, to give me a brand new mindset. Give me a brand new, fresh mindset that's going to remove me from whatever situation I'm in. And so I said that prayer and I called my best friend and I said, okay, so what are we going to do? Like, do you have a plan? She told me, oh, she has this vibe backup plan. That plan was very helpful. Another thing was I was accountable for myself, right? I wouldn't just have a plan and not follow the plan, right? I had to follow the plan. I had to start from somewhere. I knew I had to tackle my job. I either had to leave my job or I had to get another job. Like I had to put in more time and effort into applying for new jobs and stuff like that. And I knew I had to tackle my weight gain as well. I started with my mindset. I started with cleansing my mindset. I started with just building positive energy around me because I am just a negative Karen. I had to teach myself how to be positive, like try and whatever it is, like okay, well, it has happened and it has happened, you just move on. I started meditating. Like there's a whole lot of stuff that I started doing. Even till today I still do, because I needed to like continue to build that positive mindset. And then just as I was crawling out of that phase, a whole new level of sadness hit me. I experienced a huge loss and it was nothing like I have ever felt before. I'm saying it now, I'm smiling, but let me tell you, those months were not funny. It was something I had never experienced before. I didn't even know how to like say, like tell people or anything like that. I had very good friends and my family, they really they put their back into like making sure I was good. But if you know me, you know I don't know how to put my burden or like put anything that's wrong with me on anyone. Like I just like to deal with stuff on my own. If you ask me, I say, oh, I'm fine, everything's fine, it's whatever. But once I drop that call, waterworks. So when I was going through what I was going through, that situation at the time, I would have my friends call me and be like, oh, do you want to talk? Or like we could be on the phone and like, just try and keep you company and everything. I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, why are you like trying to make this look like a big deal? It's not a big deal. It happens all the time, right? Every time I'll see a certain kind of post and I just break down, or I see something related to that, I just break down. It just never left. Looking back to that time, what I would obviously tell anyone that's going to like that has been through a loss or is going through a loss is just openly admit that your soul is just dead inside. That's the only way you will get the help that you want, right? Or the help that you need. If I had opened up, because at the time Damien had moved to a new city, so it was just me, and being alone and having to go through that was not easy at all. I had the option of inviting my friend over to stay, but I refused because I just wanted to deal with this sadness alone. And that's not how to deal with sadness. Like, don't ever make yourself feel like, oh, I don't want to bother people with my problems. Like, tell people that genuinely care about you so they can help you. I had friends actually who knew of what had happened and they would like call me, but I would always laugh it off or like play it down because like I was saying, I don't really like sympathy like that. But it really affected me. I was still going to work. I didn't take time off work. I was still going to work the entire time. and it was just never ending. Like it just kept going and going. Like it went from one issue to another, like from the main issue to another, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to really forget this thing that happened. Why does more stuff keep coming up? Like, I'm really trying to forget this thing that happened, but it wasn't just working out at all. So that was something that brought me back into depression. I found myself crying again. I found myself, hiding from friends. I wasn't going out. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't trying to look cute. I was just looking like a sack of potato all the time, right? And then, just like that, I woke up one morning and it was like, nope, I'm done. And Damian was so happy because I'm the entertainer. Like, I'm the one that's always talking in my house. So if I'm not talking, everyone just look like nobody's living in the house. So he was very happy to have me back, and I was so happy to like be back. So I'm very thankful to all my friends and my family that actually took their time to go through what I went through with me and just be there for me. They were like really, really, really sweet people. Right after dealing with that, NSAS started. If you guys don't know, like if you're new here and you don't know, I'm actually Nigerian, and we started dealing with police brutality in Nigeria. I know sometime this year we talked about Black Lives Matter, like it was crazy. I was like chairman of the online protesters gang. That was police brutality. That was like, it was like connected to race. But this is Nigeria. We're all black. We are all the same, but we were facing police brutality. Now, if you don't know, SARS is an acronym for a Special Anti-Robbery Squad. So they were actually introduced by the government to tackle robbery and all this illegal stuff going on. But they turned out to be the hoodlums themselves. They see young people, whether you are carrying Uzbek calls, or you're driving a nice car, or you're using a nice iPhone, or you have dreads as a guy, or you have tattoos, and you just look nice and rich and well-fed, they're already upset. They want to extort you, and if you don't give them money, they might kidnap you, or they just tell all sorts of stories. People die. They kill people just because they're trying to extort them. We've had this going on for so many years. But I think just as COVID came in 2020, the same like wokeness or whatever the word is came and it hit Nigerian youths. And it's like, okay, we're done. We're done. We're going to tackle this and we're going to get rid of this freaking SARS, right? So that happened and it was going on well. Like we had peaceful protests can't speak no more. Anyways, we had peaceful protests around the country, and all of a sudden, I woke up this one morning and Lagos State government said there's curfew. People that were protesting are trying to go home. But then some people are like, we're not going home. Why are you putting this curfew when we're protesting and trying to tell you to end SARS? Okay? So people stayed and they kept protesting. It wasn't, let me tell you, there was no like guns or knives or clubs or, any of that. It was just people sitting down and saying, we want better. We want you to respect human rights. Lagos State government and the Nigerian government in general released the army to come and tackle peaceful protesters with live ammunition. So I woke up in the morning and I'm seeing someone tagging me on this live video and everyone is screaming. I'm like, oh my God. On Instagram Live, people are dying. They're killing peaceful protesters on Instagram Live. I shut down. I couldn't understand why a government that we voted in would do a thing like this. Listen, we took care of everything. We took care of our food. We took care of electricity. We took care of every single thing by ourselves. We didn't take anything from the government. Why would you open fire on peaceful protesters? People died. It was the worst week of my life. It drained me physically and emotionally, mentally. I was like numb. I'll start work and I'm not focusing on work. I'm just going through Twitter, like trying to look at tweets, see if I can retweet, help people. Like it was crazy. And I'm really proud of everyone that took part in the NSAS protest movement. It's still going on. When I'm saying took part, I mean the one that went to the streets. It's still going on. Everyone is awake now. We're trying to find better ways to help our country. We're done with those people that have been ruling us for years. it is time for a new era, a new Nigeria. I'm really excited for this EndSARS movement, and I'm very positive for where we can go from here, what we have started. I'm very, very positive because I see a lot of energy on Twitter, like a lot of energy on Twitter. People are ready for a change. So that was pretty much all my all the horrors that I had to deal with. Oh, did I tell you I lost my job? The stinking job, I actually lost it. Well, I didn't lose it, I resigned because I moved, and like I wasn't even going to hesitate to leave, so I just resigned and I left and I moved. If I want to comment on my road to like being in charge and being in control of my emotions, I'd say I have come a very, very long way. One of the things that really helps me was having a morning routine. I never used to have a morning routine, let me tell you. I just wake up, I go to the shower, I take my bath, I dress up for work, and I'm out the door. I never used to have a morning routine, but now I'm trying to have a morning routine. I want to wake up, say 2 hours before I have to get to work. Either I do some like short workouts, or I listen to music, or I take tea, I read a book. Like I try to prepare myself for the day. That way what people say to me, or like whatever negative thing is trying to come my way that day, is just like blocked, because I'm ready for you, okay? So that really helped me. Like having a morning routine really helped me, and I'm now very in touch with myself. I know when I'm going when I'm approaching a point where I'm going to break down. I know exactly when that's going to happen. So I try to be proactive and not let it happen at all. That is, those two things that I just said are like the major things that have helped me just change my entire mindset. YouTube is here to stay. I'm not going to judge myself too much. I'm just going to do me, and if you guys want to see more of me, subscribe. Okay, tell people to subscribe. Okay, I'm really proud of myself, I would say. Really looking forward to the future of my YouTube channel, and making new family members over here, up here. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you like, actually, because this makeup, the way the makeup is doing me, is like I know you want to know how I did it. So if you're interested in seeing how I did my makeup, because I did tweak a few things, I kind of changed up my makeup routine a little bit. I'm still using most of my Holy Grail products, so that's on that. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, leave that comments in the comment section, because I'm going to be snooping in the comment section, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe. COVID is still outside. Wear your mask. I'll see you in my next video.